Welcome back, guys. I'm going to be talking in this video about the solution to living in this toxic post-industrial revolution world. We are exposed to so many different horrible chemicals, things that are just destroying our hormone levels, things that are literally giving us cancer. If you've been following the news, you've seen that the East Palestine, Ohio trail derailment has basically blasted polyvinyl chloride into the atmosphere. They burned it off, and they're basically all the people who live in that whole region, like Ohio, Kentucky, like eastern or western Pennsylvania. They're all just like being poisoned now in the air by this super toxic chemical. And it's so horrible. It's so black pilling and just absolutely devastating to see this. But fortunately, I think the timing of it also coincides with the liturgical calendar, in that we're in 𝚃𝚑𝚎 𝙼𝚒𝚘. For those not in the know, it means 70 days out from Easter. Obviously the time of Easter is variable. It's always the first Sunday after the full moon during the Hebrew month of Nisan. But anyways, 𝚃𝚑𝚎 is like the 3-week period where you are kind of contemplating and priming yourself for Lent. So we do have a solution to living in this toxic world that was provided for us by God, and that is fasting. There is a lot of people don't know about the benefits of fasting. I didn't know until like 2 years ago when I read, actually last year I read this book. It's called The Miracle of Fasting by Paul Bragg. And that is a really good read. I'd really recommend it. It used to be the #1 book in Russia because the Russian people fast more than the Americans. But it talks about how when you fast, it's so good for you because it allows your body to detoxify itself. And if you think about it, when you eat food, the metabolic process consumes a lot of energy. It takes energy to digest and break down foods, and your body is constantly metabolizing. So if you're eating all the time, your body is spending a lot of its energy doing that. But when you're fasting, your body has time to kind of like start repairing itself essentially. Did you know that if you fast for 48 hours, your brain releases human growth hormone, or HGH? It stimulates your muscles. It gives you more muscular endurance and strength because your body is not going to cannibalize your muscles initially. It takes about 40 days before your body starts cannibalizing the muscle tissue like completely. You'll definitely get weaker, but the reason why is it makes sense. Like your body is going to not your muscles and your cardio is your means of getting more food. So if you haven't eaten for 2 days, your body is going to stimulate those systems in order so that you can get more food. If you fast for 3 days, 72 hours, what happens is autophagy. And what that means is literally on the cellular level, your cells begin to repair themselves and removing like things that are broken, repairing the cell organelles, the ribosomes, all that kind of stuff. The mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Your body has time to kind of deal with things. And another thing that can happen is when you're exposed to toxins or you eat bad things, it's almost like you're sinning against your body. And then some of that stuff gets stored in your colon and other parts of your body, and your fat, all these toxic chemicals. And so the reason why you feel bad when you're fasting for more than 12 hours or so is because your body's detoxifying itself. It's releasing it's breaking down that fat and those toxins in your body and kind of releasing it into your blood. And you have to kind of face the sin against your own body. It's like a mini purgatory. You're like purging yourself of these toxins within your body. If you did drugs in the past, then you might even experience some of the effects of those drugs because it all gets stored in your body. There's a YouTube channel. It's called Lauren Lockman. I'll post his channel link below in the description of this video. He has a really good channel on. I learned so much from it. He runs like a fasting clinic in Costa Rica where people go and they'll fast for like a long time. They'll fast for like weeks and weeks, like more than 40 days. There's like a guy who fasted for like hundreds of days. And some people are capable of doing that, even especially there's like people who are dying of cancer who go to his clinic and they're able to like reverse the cancer. And the body is capable of curing diseases. Hippocrates, the ancient Greek father of medicine, he talked about how basically the way your body just heals itself. Let your medicine be your food, and your food be your medicine. Your body, it's not like some external kind of pill you take is going to cure you, the cure for cancer. It's like your body has the ability to cleanse itself and to restore itself just naturally if through the process of fasting. So that this should be very hopeful for many of us who live in toxic areas. You can't avoid it sometimes. Like, it's in the air, it's in the water. You can minimize it. Like, I think everyone should drink distilled water or reverse osmosis water, or buy a Berkey. I drink reverse osmosis, or distilled water myself. There's a lot of things you can mitigate and avoid. You can avoid polyester. You can also don't take receipts when they ask you for receipts, because that's an endocrine disruptor. It destroys your testosterone levels. There's all kinds of things you can avoid and gradually start changing your lifestyle and habits. But a lot of it you can't, and a lot of the damage has been done for many people. So the way to get out of this is to fast. Going back to The Miracle of Fasting by Paul Bragg, there's a story in that book where he was rowing out in a canoe in the middle of this lake on day 7 of a fast. And then he's like, oh man, I really gotta go to the restroom. And he got to the shore, he went, and then he looked in his stool, and there was mercury quicksilver in there. And it turns out when he was a kid, they prescribed him mercury as a medicine for whatever reason. He had some sort of ailments, and it was in his system for years and years and years. And only through the process of fasting was his body able to purge it, essentially. I can only imagine how good you could feel given a whole lifetime of being exposed to toxic stuff if you purified yourself to that level. Plus, going into Lent is a penitential season. We have to do fasting and penance anyways. So it fits perfectly with the Christian liturgical traditions. Once again, science and tradition and religion align. So, 𝚃𝚑𝚎 is now, at least at the time of this video, we should be formulating and kind of plotting. I've done up to a 4-day fast. I accomplished a 4-day fast last Lent. My goal is to do a 7-day fast. We'll see if I can do it. That's my goal. And I've done a fair amount of 2- and 3-day fasts already. You have to work your way up. You can't just jump into a giant fast. But you should, look up also Cole Robinson, the snake diet guy. He talks about how you can add salts to your water, and you can use salts to basically keep your electrolyte levels high when you're fasting, and it makes you feel better. He has some good fasting content, but most people don't know about the benefits of fasting, because we don't really fast, at least as Americans, as much as some other cultures do. It's so good for you. It's good for the spirit. It's good for the soul. And my condolences for the people who live in that region by Ohio. It's so horrible what has happened to you guys. And I'm hoping that if you watch this video, it can be of help to you, that even if you can't do anything about this extremely toxic substance being burned off into the atmosphere right in your backyard, at least you can fight against it a little bit by doing some fasting. Also, another thing you should know about is get a shower filter. You can order a shower filter online and install it on your shower head, and that filters the water, because a lot of the toxic stuff in tap water, like heavy metals, xenoestrogens from birth control, it all just gets on your skin when you take a shower and absorbs through your pores. So also the whole balloon thing, the Chinese spy balloon thing, I think that's kind of like a psyop. I think there's a lot of kind of war propaganda, war hawkishness going on with the people we need to go war with China over Taiwan. I think that's not a good idea. It's going to be really ugly if we go to war against China. So I'm kind of anti-Americans going to war. And I view this kind of spy balloon stuff as a way to prime people for the alien psyop, which is oh yeah, aliens, we need to unite together because of aliens, and also as like a pretext to go to war with China, like they're escalating against us. So that's my thoughts on the spy balloon thing. But anyways, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. I shaved my head bald last Ash Wednesday, and I'm considering doing that again. I probably won't shave my head bald, but I want to see what my hair would look like if I shaved my head bald and then I grew it out for 1 year until the next Ash Wednesday, which is like next week. So if you go back to my earliest YouTube video, you can see my hair is much shorter, and it's been a hair evolution. So leave a comment if you think I should cut my hair or I shouldn't. Maybe I'll keep growing it longer. Maybe I'll just cut it to be a normal haircut. Uh, but yeah, I'm almost to 100 subscribers. I'll be hyped when I do. Uh, I hit 3,000 followers on Instagram. So if you came from there, thanks for the follow and thanks for watching this video. I hope it was good. Please leave a comment if you want me talking on different topics or you want my take on certain things. Then just let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.